Also breaking at noon, two pastors now facing federal charges in a $50 million labor and money laundering scandal linked to a Houston ministry. An active investigation is happening at the Joshua Media Ministries International, which is off the North Freeway. And that is where we find KPRC2 reporter Rochelle Turner. Rochelle, what is going on there? This seems to be a really interesting story, but what have you seen or heard from people there on the ground?
Haley, good afternoon to you. I can tell you within the past 5 minutes or so, we actually spoke to a worker who works at a supply store right next door, and he told us that he wasn't surprised when he came into work this morning and saw all of the law enforcement agencies. He said since he's been at that business in the past year or so, he's seen some strange things, including people coming out here and mowing this grass with a single push lawnmower. He even offered one of the workers water, and the person didn't say much. But we have seen a steady stream of law enforcement here at this church here since about 6 o'clock this morning. This is the JMMI Global Campus for Harvest. It's owned by the Kingdom of God Global Church, and federal prosecutors say its leaders, David Taylor and Michelle Brannon, operated call centers in Michigan, Florida, and Texas and Missouri to solicit donations and committed forced labor. According to the 10-count federal indictment, Taylor and Brannon allegedly forced followers to work in their call centers for little or no pay, pressuring them to meet high donation quotas. Victims allegedly lived in ministry housing or even slept at the call centers with their movements strictly controlled. Prosecutors allege Taylor, who called himself an apostle, required some followers called armor bearers to serve him around the clock. They were allegedly tasked with transporting women to him, some of whom were told to take emergency contraceptives. The indictment also accuses the pair of using millions in donations to fund a lavish lifestyle, buying luxury properties, cars, a boat, jet skis, and more, while threatening victims with humiliation, food restrictions, sleep deprivation, and even claims of divine punishment if they fail to comply. And Taylor was arrested in North Carolina and Brannon in Florida. Now, they are expected in court sometime later today, but a lot of strange allegations tied to this ministry right here in Houston. Investigators tell us that they believe more victims will come forward, and they are urging anyone who may be victimized to give them a call. Of course, Haley, this is a story we're going to continue to stay on top of, and we're going to have another report coming up today at 3 o'clock. For now, reporting live in Northeast Houston, I'm Rochelle Turner, KPRC2 News.
Thank you so much, Rochelle.